as of recording this today, Afghanistan is about to go backwards to the medieval times. Going back to the Middle Ages, to the Dark Ages. Which is nice, which is fair enough. I think they've had enough of the prosperity. It's time for them to just go backwards. The Taliban have won the war. What a surprise. Well, it is kind of a surprise. You know, the Afghanistan war has been going on for so long, no one thought it would end. But now it is. And once again, it's ending with America looking pretty silly, just like the Vietnam War. I mean, they could win it, but they've decided not to. Just gracefully stepped away, saying, well, you know, we're just going to step away now. And the Taliban are back. Even if is it the Taliban? Is that who it is? Is that who they've been fighting? Is it actually the Taliban? Who knows? Is it? I don't know. Like, does anyone know anymore? There's 12-year-olds out there who're like, what the hell's the Taliban? Why am I just hearing about it? Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, well, it probably isn't the Taliban. I mean, Al-Qaeda's coming back next, I expect. And what can you say about it? Like, I'm glad it's over. I mean, it's going to suck for the people, but hasn't it been sucking for them for the last 20 years anyway? I remember watching Unreported World, and there was a story about all the little kids in Afghanistan who were addicted to opium because basically they didn't have access to medicine. There was no access to proper medicine. There was kids with arms blown off and legs blown off, and the only way they could ease the pain was, well, there was an abundance of opium everywhere, and it's a pretty good painkiller. Just ask half of America who are addicted to fentanyl and Vicodin and whatever. Oxycontin, they love it. And there was all these little kids, like 5-year-olds, addicted to opioids, addicted to opium. You know, I remember watching, there was this clip, and his guy's dad was stoking up the opium pipe for his son because he gave the opium to his son when he was all fucked up, and now he's just all fucked up on opium. And he starts stoking up the pipe, and the kid just come running in, you know, like when you put out a saucer of milk for a cat. That's what it was like. You know, are you familiar with doing that kind of thing? Or maybe you're a dog person. You know, when you put out a nice little treat for your dog or say, walkies, that's how the kid ran in. And then he just blazed up his opium pipe. And I was like, you know, it made me cry. I know I'm talking flippantly about it right now, like some sort of uncaring asshole, but that's how it went down. And I was like, this is really fucked up. What a mess. Well, at least the mess is over, because let's face facts. Afghanistan is just going to go back to how it was during that period of time, and, you know, it's going to fit in with the rest of the region now. It's going to be another wacky Islamic state, isn't it? There's plenty of wacky hardline Islamic states in that region. It's where they're all at, you know. You got Iran, Saudi Arabia. Have another one. What does it matter? You know, the place is full of wacky Islamic leaders and wacky ideas. So they're just going to have to join in the fun. You know, just get used to it again. This is the problem with America. It's like they've been fighting ideas for decades, but they've never won against the ideas. Like, how have they not defeated these stupid ideas? Because these ideas are duff. You know, I'm going to lay it down for you, right? As far as hardline version of religion go, you know, hardline Christianity, hardline Judaism, hardline Buddhism, hardline Islam is like the worst one. I mean, when you got hardline Christians, they are annoying. You know, they're like, oh, I seen a man kissing a man. Oh, on the television. I don't think so. Don't like that. And they just write a letter of complaint, have a little protest. I don't like men kissing other men. It's not in the Bible. So the Bible says it's bad. But that's about it, because most people who don't like watching men kissing men will just walk away or say, can you not do that here? And they'll go, I'll do what I like. And they're like, all right, well, I'll leave. You know, whereas with hardline Islam, it's like, yo, there's a guy kissing another guy. Really, where? Down there. And they're like, well, we should chuck him off a bridge. You know, and even some of the moderate ones were like, we can't chuck people off bridges because they're kissing the member of the same sex. And they're like, okay, well, shall we just stone them to death? So, yeah, that's a bit better, don't you think? You know? The whole throw them off a bridge thing was a bit of an overreaction. Now, stoning them to death, you know, a bit of gay conversion therapy, then we'll cut their cocks off. Okay, that's fine. That's good. We don't want the world to think we're barbaric. You know? We don't look like barbarians out here. That's what ISIS were very clever with their propaganda videos. They were like, oh, not too many beheadings. Just do the videos where we lower the gays into a swamp in a cage. You know, it's not so gory. You could show that in an Indiana Jones film. That's PG. That's okay. The beheadings, a bit gory for prime time. We want to sell the hardline caliphate a little bit softer, you know. We won't tolerate any of this fucking wacky nonsense, you know, where Brenda is actually Bruce and fucking, you know, Dick and Dom snog each other behind the bike sheds. You know, do you know what I'm saying? I completely lost my train of thought there, but you get the idea, don't you? So, you know, Afghanistan is going to go backwards like the rest of the region. Fair enough. It's been backwards for a very long time, but America could never defeat these backward ideologies. It fought communism in several countries, Vietnam included. Look at its constant war with communism, using guns and soldiers and planes and tanks. This did fuck all. Communism destroyed itself. In fact, maybe they've actually just realized that, you know, we need to fight bad ideas in our own country, because whilst they're out rampaging across the world, overturning democracies or dictators or whoever the hell they didn't like, you know, drone striking children's birthday parties, they failed to realize that all the bad ideas were just manifesting in their own country, you know, because communism has pretty much, and other versions, offshoots, you know, from Marxism and so forth, and all this weird shit, has pretty much infiltrated every institution that they have. Like, whilst they were around the world, it's like looking for a rapist in the village. We must find the rapist. And the rapist has been in your house. You feed it, give it a room. You know, you even help pay for its phone plan, you know. You've been paying off its Vodafone bill. The rapist. It's because it's the manifestation of the rapist. It's been in your house the whole time. Like, how the hell did you let that one go? Like, what the hell? So, and the whole war against Islamic extremism. I think the main thing is not to have it in your country. Let the nutters do what they, you know, let nutter countries be nutter countries. Leave them be. Because it's like, it's not cool there. That's why so many people flee those countries. You ever noticed that? Have you seen the boats turning up on Bournemouth Beach? You know, you got a bunch of boys macking it up on the lads on tour weekend with all their t-shirts saying, show us your rat. They're out on the fucking beach. Then a boat turns up with a whole crew of Syrians. And they start cheering, going, way, we're here. No, that's not because they love their wacky, hardline, extreme country. You know what I mean? We come from a wacky country where there's stupid laws. You know, I mean, our country's got stupid laws, but they're like, we come from this stupid country. We've come to your country, right? Do you know what I'm saying? They know they live in a wacky, backwards country. They know this. Do you know what I'm saying? This is why already in Kabul, they're covering up all the images of women showing ankle. You know? There's hand models that are fleeing the country because they'll be executed because they're sodomites. You know, this is what you get with these wacky-ass lands. People are like, Islam's the religion of peace. Not like I'm bashing Islam. There's plenty of cool and duff stuff with a lot of things. But you got to admit, when you look at like hardline fundamentalist Islamic countries that have a religious leadership, it's like they're duff places. Would you want to live there? No, of course not. Anyone, oh, Islam's such a beautiful religion. Great, but would you want to live there? No. It's a no. So, all you got to do is cross Afghanistan off your list of things to do. And it was already crossed off anyway. All right, it'll probably be safer now. But duff, it's dud. It's like, oh, what can we do here? Fuck all. Can we mack it up at the club? No. Would you do on a night out? We don't have nights out. We're a dud country where we do dud things. We don't have fun here. Like, look at Saudi Arabia. It's like, what do you do in Saudi Arabia for fun? I don't know. Find a tree to get out the pissing heat. That's it. That's the fun. That's the fun that you get to have. Do you know what I mean? They've got all this money. Can you imagine having all that money and not having fun? Do you know what I mean? Not making it rain on a bunch of strippers. Do you know what I mean? Smashing Jaeger bombs down your gusset with a big gold chain on. You can't have none of that fun. Well, why even have the money? Why even have the money?